Short Girl Picker here. Welcome to my channel. A little bit about me. I like to go to garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores. I'm always looking for a good bargain so that I can flip it on eBay for a profit. And thanks for watching. All right, here we go. Early Saturday morning on a rainy day. So garage sales are obviously canceled. We'll make a run through here and see what we can find. That's interesting. Some of these 8-tracks actually have the original casing on them. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure if they're are very good ones, but you know what, I'm gonna grab one and take a look just because I don't often see them in their original boxes. Okay, let's see what they have out. I'm usually not here this early, so they really haven't started putting anything out clean. Very fallish. They have kind of a turtle shell look on the outside, so I'm going to take those. Not really ready to do clothes and stuff like that. It seems like more work than I want to do. Oh, those are cute. These come clean. I wonder what size those are. It's an 8. You know what? I might get those for myself and clean them. I do like the colors on them, and they're in my size. But I don't know. I will decide on that. But I'm going to put them in the cart for right now. That's one of the things about being a reseller is that a lot of times you'll find things that you like for yourself, and that could really be a bad thing. Here's a pair of flow hose. I don't know if these have the value that these used to have, but they look very clean, so I'm going to toss them in just to check. These are very nice. Look at these. These are really nice. I'm gonna grab those. Alright, what about these? Oh, no, this is some Clarks. Dexter's. Looks like they got a pretty good selection up here of men's. Oh, here's another pair, and these are in black. I kind of like these, so I am going to take both pairs. Those are kind of nice. Same pair, black, one brown. Okay, so we will look those up because I do like them. The Sam Edelman's down here caught my eye. These are really nice looking. I do like those. I don't know what size these are. Let's see. Eight and a halves. You know what? I love the look of these. These are very clean looking, so I am going to put them in the cart. Look at those, the detail on that. It's really nice. So we'll put those in the cart. I don't pick up a lot of the Pittsburgh stuff anymore. The Pittsburgh stuff just doesn't have very good resale, and you know, normally I think I would pick up more of that stuff, but like I said, the resale on it just isn't very good anymore. Here's a pair of these Asics Skechers. me take a little round around the still the Pokemon. Ooh, that's kind of got some good stains on it. Let's walk around and see if we find anything else. That's pretty. Sacred. Is this a wallet or a wristlet? I am not really positive. It's kind of got a nice print on it though. I'm gonna put this in the car. I'm gonna take a better look at it. It just needs a little cleanup. It's not actually bad. It kind of has a wipeable surface. So I'm gonna toss that in. Take a look. Gary Mash. This is kind of neat. This cork. It is kind of wearing off a little, so I kind of like that, but I don't like. I wish they wouldn't have put a label on it, actually. I think that's what's throwing me off. Got some Rossetti. I can see some Vera Bradley over here. These are a nice looking pair of Merrills. Very small size, though. I don't think that's going to work for me. What is this one? No. Kate Spade. I'm just looking for stains. Whenever it's a fabric, you really have to look it over for stains. It's not bad. The outside is not bad. This has got a really unique kind of shape to it. I think I'm going to put this in the cart because they didn't mark this up. So this might be a $4 one. So I'm going to put that in the cart and look that up. So yeah, I know I'm gonna have to do a little voiceover on this. You know, please, if you would, if you haven't liked and subscribed to my videos, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. So here we are. We're gonna go through the purses real quick. Like I said, there's really not anybody in here. It's pretty quiet in here right now. There's some cute. Those look like Vera Bradley. So. So I'm still looking. This is kind of a neat one. What's this? I like the fabric. Feels good. Let's see what this is. Sometimes I can be fooled, but it feels pretty quality. Who's the maker? The maker is Amera Leather. That is very unique looking. I have to tell you, I really do like it. I like the bottom. It's lined, so it's not see-through. I think I'm definitely going to grab that. It actually has the hooks where you could put a longer strap on it. Keep in mind, even if they don't have like the crossbody straps, there are certain places where you can buy just straps. And because this is leather and it's in wonderful shape, I'm definitely going to get that. Oh, nope, little stain, but you know what? It'll clean up. I got leather cleaner, so we'll do a little leather cleaner on it, but that's really cool. I like this a lot. Now what's this one? I'm going to try to talk a little bit more just so I don't have to hear the music in the background. It kind of is loud again today. Some Goodwills, the background music is louder than others, and I do apologize because I prefer not to have to do voiceovers, but it might not just be possible today, so voiceover might have to just happen. This is a large Juicy Couture clear tote bag. Kind of like a weekender. It just needs to be reshaped a little. This is kind of unique. I am gonna look that up. Juicy Couture is hit and miss. You find some of the older Juicy Couture, and it has good resale value. It is collectible, so I think it really just comes down to when it was made. So I'm looking for other things. I did grab a couple items out of the, I affectionately call it the $1 million rack at the front of the store. So don't be surprised if you see those pop up. That's really pretty, the fossil, but it has some dark brown spots on it. I just don't know if those are going to come off. It does have feet, so the bottom's actually not bad. I have to think about the wear on that, though. This actually might clean up pretty good. What's the price on that? Yeah, it's a little expensive for having to do all the work to clean it up, I think. Nice color, though, but I think I'm going to pass on that. Oh, here's a nice Coach bag in cream. So we'll have to take a good look because it is a lighter color, but it doesn't look like it really has any damage on it, which is surprising. So I'm going to toss that in the basket also. We'll come over here and see what else we have. This is kind of neat. Lily Pond. I have to tell you, I do like these canvas type of messenger bags. I'm not sure what Lily Pond is. That's not a brand I'm familiar with, so I'm going to toss it I am going to put it in my cart. Because canvas messenger bags or postal bags, they really are good sellers. I think a lot of people like having their hands free nowadays. So I am going to put that. And these are sloggers. It's a nice color. Sloggers. So they're rain shoes like wellies, but they're just the little mules. You know what? I'm not familiar with sloggers, so I'm gonna put this into. We're gonna do a little lookup. I guess today is gonna be lookup day. I'm picking up a lot of things. I'm not familiar with those brands, but that's okay. Some days it's easy. I know what I'm getting, and some days I got to do a little research, which is perfectly fine with me. Dr. Scholl's. This Goodwill does get really nice stuff in here, so I'm always looking for like high-end brands because they don't farm them out to the shop Goodwill. They usually will put them on the shelf, so I do have to really pay attention here because they will put nice stuff out here, and sometimes they don't even mark it up. So I guess it just depends on who's doing the pricing that day. Still looking for some good stuff though. What are these? Michael Kors. I don't buy a lot of heels. The reason I don't buy a lot of heels is because heels always fit everyone differently, and if somebody doesn't like the fit of it, they're going to return it. So I don't want to deal with something that I know is very possibly going to be returned, and then I've got to recheck it and repost it. I kind of try to stay away from that. So heels are kind of a no for me unless they're a really high-end brand, because like as I said, heels are hard to figure out for people, how they're gonna fit. These Sanitas are nice. I'm worried a little bit that the toe has got a little bit, just a little, the front end, they were hard on the front of that shoe is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on those because looks like they were a little hard on the front part of that. Come up here and look at this. All right, see what else we can find over here. See what these are. Those are nice, but they feel a little strange. Like it's not leather, but it's kind of a really lightweight material. Light Rides by Crocs. Nah, those are a little more worn than I would like. I think I'm gonna put those back. I don't do a lot of Crocs when I do Crocs, you gotta buy them at the right price. That's kind of a very true statement with Crocs, Atrix. Now, these are very nice looking, and I have bought Atrix before, so I'm going to put this in. I'm going to check, like I said, it is end of the season, so I need to make sure it is something I really want. But I will put those in the cart though. Got some Stuart Weitzmans down there. Come up here. These are actually North Face. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. They tie at the back. So they are kind of a snow boot, but they have some like grease looking stains. And usually those type of things will not come out. So I'm going to put that back. These Merrells are really nice. These are really cute. Not a lot of wear on those either. I don't pick up a lot of Merrells. Maybe this time of year, just because I am getting into my winter stuff. I will start picking up a few more. I'm actually going to put these in the cart and look these up because, like I said, some Merrells are really good. And I don't necessarily say that I won't buy them, but I'm going to definitely check to see if they're ones that I want. These are Corks. Those are actually really nice. They just need a little cleanup. Those aren't bad. They marked them up a little bit, but they're not too bad. So I am going to check. I like the color a lot. The color is really good. Let's see, what are those? Okay. Now, if I had to get Crocs, these are probably more ones I would like. These are a size 10. Those aren't bad. I don't think they marked them up. I am still looking for my high-end specialty Crocs, and I've never actually found a pair of those, but these aren't bad. I don't think I'm gonna go with those though. I think I'm gonna save my dollars for things that are a little more my style, a little bit more specialty items type of things. Okay. We still have another aisle of shoes. Now that there's Stuart Weitzmans, those are heels also. And then by all means, if you see something I missed, please feel free to go ahead and, leave me information in the comments. I do miss things. And, today was not a normal day for me with all the rain here, so. Here's a nice pair. I'm wondering if these are... Oh, they're Clarks. So I was fooled. I almost thought they were Tory Burch's. Oh, those are cute. You know what? I do like my Vionics, and I will do my best. I'll use the sneaker cleaner and see if I can get that off, but I will pick those up. I do sell a lot of Vionics. Vionics are really well-made shoes, so I have to kind of grab them when I know they're good, well-made shoes. We got our Skechers. Dolce. All right, let's keep on going, seeing what we can find. Got some really, really nice shoes today. As I always say, some days it's shoes, some days it might be hard goods, some days it might be purses. No way of knowing. Look how cute these little Kate Spade shoes are. These will clean up nicely. These are very small though. I'm talking like maybe a 5, if that. Let me see if I can find out what size they are. Oh, they're actually a 6. Well, you know what? I will get those. They're cute. They're leather. They're driving shoes. So I will toss those in, get those cleaned up. If I do say so myself, I do a nice job of cleaning my shoes if they need a good wipe down or deodorizing or polish. I really do try to send out a really nice looking pair of shoes. A lot of times we'll have customers that say, these look like they were brand new. Well, that's the idea. I mean, you know, nobody wants to pay top dollar for a used pair of shoes that don't look nice. You know, if I spend a little time cleaning them, then that's what I do. Oh, here's a good pair. Got a nice pair of Keens right here. It's always a good pickup. The Keens hiking sandals, they always sell. If you price these things right, they go quick, and they usually sell pretty quick. So I will always grab Keens. It is going to be time to start seeing the wellies and those type of things too in the store. We have a lot of these. Are actually very nice too, these Eddie Bauers. These actually look like they might be a pair of women's. Very clean. Oh, you know what? Is that separation? Looks like there might be a little separation there. I'm not positive. The rest of the shoes are really clean though. You know what? I'm going to put them in the cart and I'm going to take a look on those. I'm not completely sure on those yet, but you never know. So we are, I am probably going to have to do a voiceover. I do apologize, but there's just no way. The music is really loud in here. So I'm sorry about that, but I hate having to do that because I feel like I miss things or don't remember things exactly as I said them to you when I was walking through the first time. But as I said, the music is just too loud. So that's what we're just gonna do then. We're gonna go through and do a voiceover. Oh, how nice are those? Are these up their box? Okay. Those are pretty nice. Just a little bit of wipe off, I think. This has kind of got a really nice feel to them. They're real soft. Insides are real nice on them. I'm not sure. They're a 9.5 medium, and I do believe they're women's. So we're gonna put those in the cart. We're gonna check those because I do think those are women's. It's gonna be the time of year where you start seeing the Uggs and stuff, but some years I buy a lot of Uggs and they don't move very well. So this year I don't think I'm gonna buy a lot of Uggs. I think I'm gonna kind of wait it out on the Uggs this year if I can. I did come through the men's already, but I do want to check the bottom shelves because I really didn't look at them that closely. Shoes for cruise. Yeah. We got some Brooks. Brooks are usually very good for resale. I always have to check very carefully for rips, especially around the lace area, because the minute these start ripping, they just don't get very cleaned up very well. And I hate having to list something that's, the bottoms are really damaged, really worn in the corners. So those are going to be a no. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to turn you guys off now. I'm going to take a little time, go through my cart. I will figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to put back. And then I will do a recap with you in a little while. All right, good morning. I wanted to do a quick recap. You know, I did go to the Goodwill. It's a really rainy day out here this morning. So no garage sales or yard sales for me today, but I did want to share with you what I got. So I'll start over here. I did get a really nice pair of Vionic blue women's slip-on shoes. I got a really nice pair of Cole Haan espadrilles. I get another pair of Vionic slip-on shoes, and I did start cleaning them up a little bit, so if they look a little wet, that was just me cleaning them. I got a pair of Atrix sandals. I also got a pair of Corks little boots. I got a pair of the Keens hiking shoes. Keens always sell really well for me. They're made really well, real durable. This was a brand I wasn't familiar with. This is Marco. I love the color orange. So for me, this was kind of a really cool pair of fall boots. I did get 2 pairs of these. One is in black and one is in brown. They're both in really nice condition. They need very little cleanup. They are made by J&M 1850. They're men's boots. Really, really good. So I'm glad I found those. And here's the brown pair right here. In the middle, I got a pair of tortoiseshell Stuart Weitzmans. They look almost brand new. The color on them is really fabulous. I don't know how well you can actually see that, but they are really cute. I got a pair of like Sorel women's, like these are like little boots, you know, not real wintry, but still a boot nonetheless. So I got those. This little purse is made by Amera Leather. Very cool. I love the fact that it's got a canvas inside and a leather outside. I also found a Kate Spade bag, little backpack, and I did start cleaning it up a little, so in case you see some wet spots, that was just me wiping it off. I got a brand new Spartina bag. Spartina bags are actually very expensive. They sell them at like department stores and things like that, but it still has the tags on it. So I got that. I did get a nice little, you know, everyday Coach purse in leather. It's like a cream color with a crossbody. I got a pair of Sam Edelman sandals. Once again, these were like in brand new condition. I really, really like the detail on them. Almost brand new, once again. Leather, just a really nice quality, really, really interesting pair of shoes. So as far as that goes, I think that's everything I got today. I spent a total of $160. That seems like it might be, seems like a lot, but I really did get a lot of quality items today. Items that are going to be a little higher priced. So all in all, good day, and thanks for watching.